Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Houston, this is Station. I am ready.
Tokyo, this is Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Tokyo. How do you read me?
Tokyo Station, I have you loud and clear.
Mr. Wakata on the International Space Station. This is Prime Minister's office, and we are looking forward to talking with you. And Prime Minister Kishida is also with us today. Good evening. This is Wakata, JAXA Astronaut. For today, I'm very glad to be given this opportunity to talk with Prime Minister Kishida and others. I have been looking forward to this event. It's my great pleasure. So, Mr. Prime Minister, would you please give a message to Mr. Wakata on Kibo experiment module? Oh, this is Kishida, Prime Minister. So, since October, you have been staying in space for a long time. Thank you for your hard work. Mr. Wakata, you have been to space. This is your fifth space flight, the most for a Japanese astronaut, and you became the first Japanese to stay in space for more than 365 days in total, and so you renewed the past record. I pay my great respect for your leadership in Japan's human space exploration. And when I was a foreign minister, I signed a framework agreement with the United States to extend ISS operations until 2024. And in May this year, we decided to aim for landing a Japanese astronaut on the moon. So I hope you will exercise your leadership in leading this effort. I put a lot of expectation on you. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. I thank you for your support to Japan's human space activities. I would like to live up to your expectation, and I will do my best going forward. So, Mr. Prime Minister, please ask your questions to Mr. Wakata. The ISS and International Space Exploration. Its significance. What do you think is the role of Japan in promoting the ISS and the space exploration? What do you think about Japan's role in promoting such activities? Thank you for your question. The other day, the Japanese government decided to take part in the extended operation of the ISS until 2030. The ISS is the only mankind platform to support Japan's space activities, and it plays a significant role in developing and verifying technologies. But also, it solves social issues on the Earth, developing human resources, and contributing to the achievement of SDGs. And through ISS, Japan acquired technologies to keep humans in space and to transport supplies to space. And that opened the way for Japan to join the Artemis program, the large-scale project for space exploration. By participating in the Artemis program, Japan can improve its competitive technologies and can enhance its presence in the world. with further contribution to the international community. So I think the ISS is very significant, and this leads to Japan's further contribution to the international community. So, Mr. Prime Minister, would you please ask a second question to Wakata-san? Thank you. Do we like to give further support to you? And another question I'd like to ask you is this. Well, currently in Japan, Japan is making efforts to develop human resources in the field of science and engineering technology. And tonight, we have students from Tokyo Institute of Technology here at the Prime Minister's office. So could you give a message to these students and children who dream of space?
はい。今日お越しいただいている学生さん、希望ロボットプログラミングコンテストに参加していただきました。
The students who are here have all participated in the Kibo robotic programs. So with the use of Kibo, we have a lot of educational programs. And through that, hope to stimulate the students, not just in Japan, but also overseas, so that they can have more interest in space. And then that is a very important role of astronauts like us. And at the same time, the students and then children who want to really go to space, we really want to provide the educational project of Kibo. Hope they participated in it actively, and they have a great dream and also great vision for the future without being afraid of the risks. I hope that they can challenge new things. And younger generations, students, I'm always inspired by the younger generation, and also hope to have some new discovery based on that. Okay, thank you very much. Then moving on to the Minister Nagaoka, please. Do you have any question? My name is Nagaoka. I'm a Minister of MEXT, and last month, there was the U.S.-Japan agreement of Gateway. I signed on it. And also the ISS operation extension to 2030. At the time of that, the ISS has given us a great message. Thank you very much for that. And I'm so excited to see you and then talk to you in person. So I'd like to ask you a question. Right now, the new astronauts are being selected for the lunar exploration. So that what kind of a space development would you like to do with the next generation of astronauts?
はい、長岡大臣ありがとうございます。新たな宇宙飛行士の募集選抜に関して
Thank you very much, Minister Nagaoka. So as for the selection of the new students, that we have a great number of the people have already applied, and I really have the 4,127 people applied, and we really want to try new things, especially various things with the new generations. So I have accumulated lots of experience. I really want to share that with the younger generation, and also the younger generations of the astronauts, really inspired by the great ideas and also unexpected type of request from the new generations. Thank you very much. Then I'd like to ask Minister Takaichi. So I am Takaichi, the Minister of State for Space Policy, October the 6th. Thank you very much for your work since then. And 2007, as a Minister of MEXT, I met you. So this is the first time for 15 years that I meet you in person. So I have a question to you. I am very much interested in space debris and to develop a space for our humankind use with safety, we really have to take countermeasures for the space debris. So I'm working for that. So Wakata-san, you are in ISS right now, and have you experienced that the debris is coming in a very close encounter with the spaceship, or actually hit the spaceship, or do you have any idea about the countermeasures for the space debris?
高市大臣、ありがとうございます。幸運なことに私が宇宙ステーションに
Mr. Takaichi, thank you very much. Fortunately, while I'm in the space station, that I don't have any encounter with the space debris, but manned space activities to continuously work in the space, it is a must for us to work on the space debris urgently in Japan. It's not just the JAXA, but also private companies are currently developing the technology for the debris countermeasures.
But this problem cannot be solved by one country. It requires rule-making by the international community, and the public and private partnership is necessary to solve this problem. That's what I think. Thank you, Mr. Wakata. Well, today, we have students from Tokyo Institute of Technology who represented Japan in the finals of the third Kibo robot programming competition held at the end of October. So they will ask some questions to Mr. Wakata. My name is Keito Otsubo. Well, I believe that space travel will become more popular in the future, and that opportunities to go to space will increase even if you are not an astronaut. But what do you think about the role of and the significance of astronauts, professional astronauts in such an era? Mr. Otsubo, thank you very much for your question. So the professional astronauts like us and their countries' governments have been working to expand human activities in space in a safe manner. And now the commercial flights become very popular, and I think it's a great pleasure to see such efforts bearing fruits. And under these circumstances, I believe the role of professional astronauts is to venture out to new frontiers that is too risky for the private sector to go, and expand the scope of human activities furthermore. That's what a professional astronauts are required to do. My name is Haruta Miki. Well, you've been to space 5 times, and what do you think remain unchanged throughout the 5 space flights, or what do you think has changed between the first 4 flights and this time? Please tell us anything about yourself or your surroundings. Thank you very much for good questions. What I think is unchanged is that the human body can adapt to microgravity conditions very quickly. So in terms of physiology, humans have a very high ability to adapt themselves to human, space environment. On the other hand, on the International Space Station, I can see evolution of various facilities on the ISS. For example, in terms of Kibo, new experimental equipment has been installed, and this is based on the change in the demand of the age. Now, in Kibo, we have a multi-purpose experiment module. Depending on the purpose and types of experiment, we can make use of various equipment. That's what is changing. And currently, I have a tablet with me, and we can refer to the experiment procedures on the tablet. So the way we conduct testing and experiment is getting more efficient and evolving. My name is Riku Nishio. In your lifetime, what do you think is the most significant turning point for you? And what criteria or value did you use to make a decision at such turning point in your life? For me, a big turning point in my life is when I was selected as an astronaut of JAXA, because before that I was working as an engineer at the aviation company, but I saw I knew that JAXA is recruiting astronauts. And I had been dreaming of space since I watched the humans going to the moon when I was in elementary school. And I think that's a kind of trying new things by myself. And finally, I got this occupation. So trying out various things opened up the new way for me, the new way of occupation for me.
All right, and Prime Minister, please give a message to Mr. Wakata for the success of the long-term stay mission. Well, Mr. Wakata, you have a great experience in space, and also you are exercising your leadership inside ISS and also international space exploration. You have contributed to the increasing the international presence of Japan. So I really would like to send my appreciation to you. And also, Japan, in cooperation with other companies, with the use of ISS, and also working toward the Artemis program. So Japan is a part of the Artemis program, and Japanese astronauts, hopefully more Japanese astronauts will be working in the space, and I really pray for the great success of your assignment in the space and in coming back safely to Japan. And at the same time, I would like you, Mr. Wakata, to give some encouraging message to Japanese nation and residents here in Japan.
はい、岸田総理、今日は貴重なお時間をいただきまして本当にありがとうございました。
Well, Prime Minister Kishida, thank you very much for taking your time out of your schedule. And I started being here from October, and first half ended, and I'm going to start the latter half. My other astronaut friend in here, and also the ground station, and I really would like to maintain the teamwork and in harmony so that we can maximize the use and the time here in ISS. The Japanese astronauts will be the LAO ISS and also going into Moon and then Mars, the Artemis program, contributing to the expansion of the space explorations. So from now on, that I really hope that you will continuously support us. Thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. Wakata, thank you so much. This ends the communication between Mr. Wakata and also the Prime Minister, so that Minister Nagaoka, Minister Takaichi, and also students from the technology, the University of the Technology, thank you very much.
Station, this is Houston ACR. Thank you. That concludes our event.
Thank you to all the participants from JAXA and to the participants. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communication.
Jeanette, thank you very much for your help.